Hello, my loves. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, welcome back to the channel. If you are a returning viewer, I am so excited for today because I have wanted to do this video for a while, and I asked you guys on the community tab, what did you want to see? And you guys said you wanted tips for better storytelling. So buckle in, grab yourself a drink. I've got 5 tips for creating better storylines that I use all the time. And now I get to share them with you. All right, Adam is going to hop in the shower, so we're going to give him a little bit of privacy while we talk about tip number 1. Tip number 1 is go with the flow. Don't let your imagination keep you in a box. And I know that that sounds a little crazy, but sometimes if you start playing with a family and you have a very specific storyline in mind, sometimes you can get so wrapped up in that particular storyline that you're not open to other things. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, this game has thrown all kinds of weird curveballs my way when I'm in the middle of an LP, if I'm in the middle of a storyline, and sometimes it just feels really odd, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go with it. And it just kind of works its way into the story in a really beautiful way sometimes. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, but I would say a good 90% of the time, it gives me a good laugh, or it really works into my storyline fantastically. And this is what I mean. Summer Holiday is calling Adam, and Adam has had a little bit of a crush on Summer for a while now. And so they've been kind of chit-chatting back and forth. They're not super close. They're not romantic with each other just yet. They're just kind of friendly and getting to know each other. And she said, hey, I heard there's a talent showcase going on down at the lounge. Let's go embarrass ourselves. Summer is a really outgoing sim. She likes to go out and have fun. Adam's not sure if this is really something that he would be into, but he likes Summer and he's like, all right, we're going to go give it a shot. So this is totally what I mean. So we are totally going to go with the flow. We're going to go join the open mic and we're going to have a good time. But now we're going to talk a little bit about tip number 2. Don't shy away from those mean interactions. Nobody gets along with everybody in their life 100% of the time. Sometimes people get angry over little things. Sometimes people get angry over really big things. But I say get in little arguments, get in big arguments, fight. Your relationships should feel more realistic if you're not constantly on good terms. I see. I normally would go with Liberty to the Spice Festival, but we're already here at the at the open mic. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But as I would say, don't shy away from those mean interactions. Maybe he came up here to the bar to order a drink, and this Kyle guy sat down in the seat that he wanted, and so maybe we're gonna, try to be respectful at first and give him a little respectful introduction. But we are gonna argue with him a little bit. Maybe we'll argue about music, but we're gonna pretend that he's arguing with him about taking his seat. He's like, I can't believe you would do that, but it's my turn to perform. So we're gonna tell some jokes and stuff. He's like, that was really rude of you to take my seat, but I mean, it's my turn to perform. I just want you to make sure that you are not sitting in my seat when I get back. So tip number 3 kind of ties in with tip number 2, but I feel like this kind of goes without saying. Create some drama. Your little playthrough does not have to be all drama all the time, but throw in a little bit here and there. It will keep you interested and it will make for a fantastic little story. It doesn't always have to be an affair. I feel like that's kind of the go-to is an affair or a teen pregnancy or something. I've used those quite a few times. It is something that happens quite often, and it's definitely something that I feel like I do incorporate into my LPs and stuff. But get a divorce just because you're just not attracted to that person. Get a divorce because maybe you find out that your sim is attracted to the opposite gender and they're married to somebody who does not meet their gender preference. If you want to have an affair, go do that. Abandon a child, make a whole family, and then have, the wife up and leave and decide she doesn't want to be a parent anymore. Drop out of high school, be messy, do something weird, do something crazy, and see how your Sims react to it. I think it's always a fun time when you add a little bit of drama, add a little bit of spice, and it just makes for a more interesting little gameplay. So tip number 4 is to give your Sims a character flaw. Nobody's perfect. People tend to stay away from the kind of hot-headed trait, the lazy trait, the squeamish trait, because they can get kind of annoying. I say use them. It gives your Sims personality a more realistic feel. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has something about them that is annoying or weird or strange, or that some people might find distasteful. You know, I just feel like nobody is perfect, and giving your Sims a little bit of a character flaw makes them feel all the more real. This is it, y'all. Tip number 5, the very last tip that I have for you today, is to be open to change. And I feel like this is kind of a through line in all of these kind of tips that we've already talked about. Be open to change. As we grow, we change. It's a very natural part of life. Maybe as a young adult, your Sim hates children and has no desire to have a family. Maybe they have some sort of near-death experience and realize that they do want a family someday. Maybe not immediately, but, you know, someday. Maybe your Sim as a young adult is a little hot-headed and they get angry really easily. And then maybe they fall in love with someone and that partner leaves them because they're tired of them being angry all the time and arguing over things that really don't matter. And that really changes your Sim's perspective on life and the way that they handle their emotions. And maybe they change to a generous Sim or something like that. I just feel like nobody stays the same throughout their entire life. I can tell you right now that at 29 years old, I am not the same person that I was at 22 years old. And that's only a 7-year time difference, but there's so much maturing that happens in your young adult life that I think is so cool and something that really adds a lot of realism to your game. So don't be afraid to use that CAS.full edit mode cheat, hop in there and flip those traits around and take full advantage of the new kind of personality system that The Sims 4 has integrated, where you just through playing the game can find out your Sim's likes and dislikes. You can find new personality traits just as you play based on some of the choices that you've made, those kinds of things. Be open to those. I say always say yes unless it's something that again, you feel like is really going to mess with whatever story you're trying to tell. But other than that, I say go for it. Let the game do what it was designed to do. I know that people say that The Sims 4 is broken, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have issues, but what I am saying is The Sims 4 has some really beautiful gameplay moments if you just allow yourself to be open to finding them. Allow your game to do whatever it wants to do and just roll with it. Go with the flow and enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Please consider joining the channel as a member to get access to some really cool exclusive perks. And I will see you all in the next one. I have a couple more tips written down if you guys liked this video and you would like to see another one like this. I do have a few more tips written down, so I could definitely do another one of these if you guys are interested, but y'all have to let me know. I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.